Good morning, everyone. My name is Jodi O'Donnell Ames, and I'm hoping I can use this flicker correctly. I want to first say that my journey with ALS began in 1995 with the diagnosis of my late husband, Kevin. I was 29 years old and he was 30, and we were lucky enough to have Terry Hyman Patterson as our neurologist. And as those of you who are in this journey with me, I say our diagnosis. And Kevin passed away in 2001, and I'm still fighting his battle. So with that being said, I am here to represent hope of spreading to children in this journey. We know that patients, those who are here, we support you. We value everything that you bring to this, and I personally know what it took me to get ready this morning. So I thank you so much for all that you do to be here and to be with us, those people living with ALS. So thank you very, very much. I said that Kevin passed away in 2001. And at that time, I had been his caregiver for 6 years, and those 6 years changed my life tremendously. And I wasn't sure how to go on. And I was fortunate enough to start working with the ALS Hope Foundation in Philadelphia as Director of Communications. And I met my current husband, Warren Benton Ames, who also lost his wife to ALS. So as a parent of 3 children, all under the age of 11, I learned quickly that grief looks very different with 3 different children, and that they need different things, and that they need to be supported and to be embraced. So from my home, I started Hope Loves Company, and that's why I'm here. But I'm also here to celebrate the power of hope, and the power of individuals, and the power of organizations. But think about what you as an individual can do in this journey. One smile, one hug, one opportunity. So I'd like to say welkomen, which is welcome, because of so many grateful, generous people. Gujan Sigerson came up to me in Orlando, I guess 3 years ago, and said, you have started this organization that supports children and young adults who have or had someone living with ALS, and I want to do something with you. He, who is extraordinary, had this vision and brought it to me and did everything in his power to create the first ambassador trip to Iceland. So we were able to take 12 young adults to Iceland, and I truly believe that when you have the right people, the right intentions, the right compassion, and the right dedication, miracles can happen. So this was a direct result of this conference. And I personally, Hope Loves Company, welcomes you. How can we be of help with your children in your community? And we do have free books, and some are here today that we can give you as a start. So this is our thank you to also the association, of course, for a travel grant for this presentation. No matter where we live with ALS, the concerns for our children remain the same. Those who live bravely with the disease need to be supported, as do their caregivers and their children. We get to connect with hundreds of children. We had 5 camps last year. We have sponsors here, the ALS Association, as well as MT Pharma, and ALS Association of Massachusetts, helped us to bring 5 camps: California, Florida, New Jersey, Massachusetts, and Indiana. So we got to meet children from all over the country and bring camps to them, and the response is amazing. She's just one of our ambassadors and our children. When you walk into a home, and I thank Shannon for this, actually, she attended her first camp, and she said, after that experience, I walk into a house where there's someone living with ALS with new eyes. And that's what I welcome you all to do. look for those who are caring as well, and as well as the children. And how are their children doing? Do they have friends? Do they have support systems in place, coaches, teachers, organizations, family members and friends who can say, let me bring your child to the zoo this weekend because I'm taking my children. How can you embrace that community? And I have to say that when you support the children, family members are appreciative and are grateful as well. I have a letter written from a woman who lives with ALS in Massachusetts, and she said, knowing that my husband and my children get to go here every year brings me great peace. Be aware of changes as well, and please follow up with those changes. Talk to someone, see how you can be supportive, and how you can get resources in place for that child. These are some of our ambassadors, many of whom got to go to Iceland, thanks to Gujan and his team. And these are a menagerie of pictures from Iceland. I have to say that if you get to go anywhere, Iceland is great because they treat you like royalty. We ate and gained at least 5 pounds each on that trip. We got to see the beautiful country. We were welcomed with hugs, and it was just extraordinary. And rather than stand here and tell you about it, we have created a 3-minute video to share that with you. Our programs at Hope Loves Company were the only, as far as I know of, the only organization in all of the United States that supports children in this way. We have our 5 camps at this time. We also we go into classrooms and teach awareness. You know, there's a lot of bullying that goes on because of ALS, because parents are maybe not working, or maybe the children are caregivers, or maybe they have responsibilities that other children don't have. So we do go into classrooms. We also Skype into classrooms. We have free books. I have some with me, like I said. We can also mail them to you and see how you can use them in your organization. We send out Hugs of Hope care packages to children who can't attend camp, and we provide a shirt, a book, a card of inspiration, and sometimes a treat, and just to let them know they're not alone in this. We have a Kids' Day each year, and we're working on creating Skype support sessions. Children range between the ages of 6 and 12. So I just had to share this wonderful, sorry to embarrass you, Gujan, but this is a wonderful picture of all the ambassadors in Iceland after the time of their lives. I like to say that 6 of these children had just lost a parent. Well, 3 lost a parent after arriving home. 2 had lost a parent beforehand. And never in their wildest dreams did they think they would get to go to Iceland, and nor did I. So thank you very, very much for this opportunity. So with that, we can show the video, and I welcome any questions and any opportunities to share what we're doing to work with you. When we go to a camp, we don't, our team goes as volunteers, and there are many ways that we can work on doing this together. So thank you. Video? Video, please. Thank you.
Our ambassadors are sharing the programs and are providing a seminar for Gujan and his team. And hopefully we can learn from each other. Hopefully some of Hope Loves Company can stay in Iceland, and some of what we learn in Iceland that they're doing that maybe perhaps we're not, we can bring back with us.
What caught my attention was that she was really the only one talking about family and kids and how difficult this disease can be for families.
This disease makes kids not feel like kids, but HLC gives kids a place to be kids again.
Having 2 or 3 people, like your family, knowing what you're going through is amazing, but having 18, 19 people that you can fall on all at once is awesome. And it just makes you feel less and less alone with more and more people that come. And I think that's the best part about Hope Loves Company, is because there's so many people out there you've never met, but you're having the same problems with in life, and that just, it really helps.
Once we got there, it was like I already sort of made all these friends, and it was like coming into a new family, and everyone here has been really awesome to me through this entire experience and this entire journey. And I've really grown a lot through being with everyone at these camps.
The bond that we have has definitely helped me look forward to the camps a lot more. Not only with the stuff that is provided by Jodi, but seeing them again is a big motivator. And if I didn't miss them this much, I might not be in Iceland right now. So.
I don't know if you know, Jodi and Benton, you've actually not just developed a support group. You have developed a leadership development program. You are developing people who are going to make a difference and already are. And I think there's nothing more important than we can do in life. And thank you, all of you who are doing this work, because I actually think you could not just support each other and be the family you are, but also help a lot of other people become better, outside of ALS even. So that's what I heard.
Thank you, Iceland!
I would just like to say that Gujan and his team and I are going to meet while we're here. We want to bring young adults over to the United States to attend one of our camps. So that is our goal, hopefully for this spring. So thank you so very much, and I welcome any questions that you may have.
Thank you, Jodi. So my question was actually what you just referred to. In terms of a collaboration between two organizations, other than the great fun that you had in Iceland, which is great for those kids, what did you learn from the Icelandic organization? And Gujan, maybe it's a question for you guys. Are you going to implement what you've learned from Jodi and have camps in Iceland? Because that was the whole idea, I think, of the collaboration.
Yeah, the best way to describe that is we had Aaron, one of the younger members of the association, was with us for the first 2.5 days. And when we parted, I hope he doesn't mind me saying this, he actually cried. And to me, that was a symbol that no matter where you live as a young person who's affected by ALS, it's extremely helpful to feel supported, and that he recognized that feeling of all of these young adults have been through what I've been through. And so that speaks volumes of the power of what this can do. I'm not sure, there's a small group of ALS patients in Iceland, so I'm not sure if they will actually have a camp, but bringing them here gives the children that experience, and that was our goal, to have them, allow them to have that experience, and then move forward if they have the capacity.
Any other questions? Comments?
Okay. Thank you very much.